Hi, and welcome to the latest edition of the ReelMasters podcast. I'm your host, Levi Lambright, joined as always with Jeremiah Bruff, Israel Sandoval, and Andre Cousin. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. I think I'm clear. Finally fixed my audio. I'm happy.
Izzy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Had a little mishaps with the audio today. We just were getting that fixed. I was coming in a little hot, so. But now we got it all fixed. Let's. Anybody see anything good this week?
Malice at the Palace.
Is he still over there? Yeah, I think we're gonna go over that on a whole separate review. But I managed to watch it last night, and I thought it was pretty good. I was expecting them to. I guess I was thinking there was gonna be more like unseen footage, but I felt like I'd seen most of the stuff they showed. But for them to go into like the different relationships on the Pacers team and the fallout from everything that happened, I thought I didn't even realize half the stuff they were talking about, and I remember watching all of it unfold live. So it was a interesting new perspective to look at that whole event from.
Yeah. Are we gonna get into it now or?
No. I mean,
okay.
This is a quick.
Yeah,
you know.
just a quick. Yeah.
No.
Same thing for me. Exactly what you said. It was a good watch.
You think we gonna get in trouble? Ron Artest said that.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite part.
I don't know how anyone could deal with that dude, man. That would have been tough.
Switching it up. As far as me, I watched that as well. Malice in the Palace. I watched Jungle Cruise with the new Rock movie.
How was that?
I'm a big fan of The Rock, so it's hard for me not to be biased. But this wasn't his best. I mean, it wasn't his best. I'm still going to say I liked it because of The Rock, but it wasn't his best.
It didn't look good.
It sounds like it sucked then.
Yeah, it looked pretty stupid.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
It wasn't my, like, oh my gosh, this movie freaking sucks. But
Levi, didn't you see it?
No, I didn't
gosh,
see
this
it.
is great. It was just, I was chilling on a Saturday night, not bored, so I popped it in and watched it. I was on my phone while watching it, but it was okay.
You're on your phone while watching it, so it was okay. Yeah, it must have been real good.
It didn't grasp my attention the whole time. The Rock was good in it, as always. What else did I watch? I don't know if we talked about it last pod, but I watched the last episode of Outer Banks finally. Dope. I'm kind of iffy on the ending, but still a great season. Can't wait for season 3. Probably coming out in 2023. So, plug for life.
Well, that's not if Lambda doesn't get a hold of us, of course.
Who?
Lambda. It's the new Corona variant.
Oh, okay.
The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
Y'all didn't know about Lambda?
No.
Watch out now.
Lame them bombs.
Watch out now.
Watch out now.
No.
What else did I watch? I didn't really watch that. Nothing else. Can't remember.
Jeremiah, you watch anything of note?
No, I don't think so.
I watched something else.
Whatever you did was probably whack anyway, so.
I watched
Jungle Cruise. Do you really want to go there?
Hush it, kid.
Selling on Sunset. Dre, have you watched it? It's a real estate show.
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Because
Like the first 3 seconds of it, I was like, I'm not watching.
I accidentally watched it. It was on the television.
This is not how real estate really works.
Yeah, it does when you're in Beverly Hills, dog. Because it was just like super. It was like The Hills, but with real estate.
Oh yeah,
That's what it
great.
seemed like. Yeah,
Hey, you know what? It sounds like something.
I did watch something. I forgot.
it was bad, but I caught myself like it was on the TV in the background. And I kept catching myself like trying to catch up to see what happened, but it's pure trash.
Sucker.
Pure trash.
It's that white entertainment.
Yeah.
There's something about white trash TV that I'm enthralled with it. Like My 600-Pound Life, love it.
Oh, reality TV, you mean? Like white
Just
trash reality
now.
TV?
white
I'll
trash.
give-
There was this one documentary called Wild World of the Whites or something like that, and it was about
Oh, they took her baby.
they took her baby.
Took her baby.
They were in a Taco
Right.
Bell. They were in the Taco Bell drive-thru, and they saw someone they knew through the window.
See,
And she's screaming, "They took her baby!
That
Yeah,
Tracer movie.
yeah, they took her."
now
It's great.
I'm
You
glad
need to watch
said
it.
that, Jeremiah, because I tried to force these fuckers to watch it when we were down in North Carolina.
Every
Oh,
night.
you
Every
should
night.
have.
Every night.
It
We gotta
is
watch
great.
this movie. We gotta watch this
They're
movie.
addicted to pills and heroin and shit. It's terrible.
They did.
One dude's like, what dude's like, you want to hear a
Boone County,
Boone County mating call?
Start shaking that pill bottle. That's how you get them. Boone County mating call.
Maybe I do have to check this out.
It's dope.
What's it called?
Is it called the Wild World or
Wonderful,
Wonderful.
wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Yes. Yep.
It's
West
on
Virginia.
YouTube for free.
Sounds good.
It's on Amazon too.
I'm gonna check it out.
White trash TV.
Check it
dude.
out.
But on a totally different note, I did watch a movie though.
You what?
I did watch another movie.
What?
It's called Ron. It's a retelling of King Lear, a Shakespeare play, and it's from the director. What's his name? Is it Akira Toriyama or something? No, what's his name? He did like a bunch of samurai movies.
Dude, who the hell would watch that?
It won a bunch of fucking Oscars. It's like a super, like it was like his last great work. It's like considered like his best film. It's amazing,
Yeah.
but it's great. It was great. The cinematography A+.
Man, watch freaking The Green Knight. We watched The Green Knight one time. And here we go. Shakespeare, Othello. Like, what's next?
Nah, yeah, Akira Kurosawa.
This to be watching 1930 classics.
It was great. No, it was made in '85.
Speaking of that, so
It's called
Throwing
cinematography.
something
Get
with
to
Barbara
it.
Streisand in it.
Fucking get to it. Barbara Streisand.
My-
Fuck?
Let's watch Mermaids.
me and my girlfriend have this poster, and it's like the top 100 movies of all time. And as you watch a movie, you scratch it off. And we were just like, pick 3 random movies, and we're gonna watch the trailers for them. One of them was Casablanca, 1945. I don't think there's any way in hell I'm gonna be able to watch it. It's a classic movie, though.
Have
So,
you not seen Citizen Kane?
I've never seen Citizen Kane. I know of it. I know of its like
You
importance.
review movies.
I ain't watching that, fam.
You review movies. Wow.
I'm gonna give it a go.
Wow.
Am I gonna do it sober? No, but I'm gonna.
No, I'm gonna like it was. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like it was life changing. It was boring as shit. And honestly, I was like I understood the story, but it was like nothing. I don't know. It was okay. It was boring,
But,
but I get it. Like what they did at the time, it was
Yeah.
cool.
If we're
The cinematography
talking
was cool.
old classics, there's one that I do like, black and white. That's 12 Angry Men.
12
To Kill a
Angry Men.
Mockingbird.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I don't know
It's a
about that.
it's a classic. In
12
black and
Angry
white.
Men. That movie's dope.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I love that movie. I watched What If, Marvel's What If.
Was that any good? I watched
I
the
did watch
beginning
that
of
too.
it and I fell asleep. Not because it was boring. I was
Yeah.
pretty tired.
No, it's good. I mean, I think, is it canon, Dre? Do you know what that means, canon?
It is not.
It's not canon?
Yeah, I mean, I went to.
I want to say it is because. What'd you say? What'd you say?
You said it's canon. You know what that means? I said I went to school.
I'm pretty sure they didn't teach that in school, but did they? I'm not talking about the gun.
Canon? They teach canon?
I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
no
learning
shit.
what the word canonical means.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, rowing ships.
It's
Everyone
canon.
knows
It's
that.
canonical.
Yeah, like pirates and
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But okay, so Marvel's What If. I want to say it takes place after Loki.
Yeah, I mean, sure, if theoretically
Yeah.
it was
Because
canonical,
they're
but
going
it's not.
into the timelines, right? Well, okay, so now that freaking...
No, they're just saying what if.
We'll say, what is time? Time doesn't really exist in the Marvel universe anymore.
Oh, okay.
Well, first off, the show's called What If. So this is saying, like, what if this happened, right? So it's all hypotheticals. It's
But
not
now
canon.
it could happen since they're different.
No,
they're different timelines.
No, it's as what I understand, as the dude explains it, the Watcher. I don't want to ruin it for you, but he explains it like he's been watching and he never
Yes.
interferes, kind of like the Eternals.
Which means he's about to.
But it all, as far as I understand it, it's all from different universes in the multiverse. So, did it happen at some point? Yes. I mean, do we know it? No, but it's part of the multiverse, though.
Does it have a number on it? It's not a part of the main
full
canon.
episode 1.
Here we go.
Episode 1.
I mean, so it's gonna be crazy though with Marvel though putting out more and more content, because it's like, do you have to literally watch every single thing they put out, or you're gonna be behind? Because I feel like this you don't have to watch, because they're not gonna continue it.
I didn't
Well,
watch
we
that
don't-
Thor movie.
We don't know that.
That was fun.
I mean, that's just my feeling.
Something could happen in one episode. Like, the last one to be like, yeah, and this branches off. This is what's going to happen in the future.
Well, to Dre's point too, with the Watcher mentioning the Eternals too, maybe that will be a connection.
I feel like the Watcher's going to be in the future movies.
I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of it. Marvel making me watch 55 hours of programming. Let's bring it back to phase 1. 6 movies. You know everything. Now you got to watch fucking 10 shows, 20
Right.
movies.
I'm with you on that. I was kind of hoping for it to be like an end after Endgame. Like, I thought it was a perfect ending. So, like, now let's do something else. I mean, I don't know if they are or not, what their plan is, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's take it somewhere else now. Endgame's over.
It's like how comics are. It's so hard to get into comics because you're jumping into Spider-Man issue 675.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell am I going to catch up? You know, so it's like, I feel like they're going to get that like that with the movies, unless they do something like what you said, where they just cut it off. All right, we're starting fresh, new, whatever. Which I don't know if that'll ever happen.
I don't think it will. I don't think, not unless they kill
I don't see that.
everybody off.
You can't kill anybody off anymore because nostalgia's the best actor in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, it is. There's no lying there.
And speaking of nostalgia, we had a conversation over the weekend where I kind of wanted to bring it up. So, are you guys familiar with the Crash Bandicoot remakes, the new games? How it's just like graphically overhauled?
Yep.
But it's the same exact game, right? Okay. What would you say to Disney doing that to like Toy Story? Same exact movie, same everything's the same exact, but they up the graphics to 2022 or 21 visuals.
Yeah, that's a no. I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't like that.
No, and I think that's what I said in our conversation, right? Or I was against it.
Yeah, you were against it.
Yeah.
I think it depends on how long it's been out.
I mean,
So, like, we watch remastered movies. I mean, that's pretty normal, right? Like, especially when they remaster old movies that are from like, the
they've done it before.
30s.
They did that with The Lion King, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I have that. It's like called the Golden Vault or some shit like that. Something
Live
Vault.
action.
Yeah.
No,
They
it wasn't.
remastered
It wasn't
It's-
live
it's a
action.
Blu-ray.
It was the Blu-ray version of The Lion King.
Yep,
It was the
but-
same
yeah.
movie,
I got that.
but they just made it look
Oh,
better.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's but I feel like that's a little bit different because it's just like so basically the film's the same film, right? They're just able to output it at a higher resolution. With this, it's actually going in and redoing the graphics to make them like brand new. So they would look a lot different. Like the HD movies are just in HD. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you want to totally remaster the
I mean,
graphics, though?
why did they do it for Crash Bandicoot?
But that's a game.
to bring it to a whole new generation.
But that's a game though. Like to me,
It's different.
like you're able to put, because remastering doesn't only have to do with the graphics, but it's the fact that you can now play it on a newer system, whereas a movie, it's already in color and the animation is great. I mean, that's a classic
But I'm
cornerstone film.
just saying, like, a kid now who's used to like unreal graphics goes back and sees Toy Story with. I mean, they're still good now, but maybe in 10 years they're gonna look back and be like, I don't want to watch that movie that has shitty graphics.
Oh, see, I like
you-
how
Okay, if they didn't redo Crash, would you still go back and play the old Crash?
Well, to Jeremiah's point,
I would.
I wouldn't because I don't. Well, I would, but
But
I'd
you-
have to dig out my PlayStation.
You would, because you do. We play old system games all the time.
Right, but to have it conveniently on my PlayStation 5 with brand new graphics, I'm playing that version. I'm not going to play the old PlayStation 1 version.
Yeah, I mean you choose, but I'm saying you're saying the kid's not gonna be like, oh, I don't want to go watch Toy
A
Story.
kid who's never seen Toy Story, never seen it in like 10 years,
okay.
they look back and they see, like, hey, I try to show them Toy Story and be like, those graphics suck. Well, oh, here's Toy Story revamped with the brand new graphics. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'll watch that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but part of a
It's the
good
same
movie,
though.
part of a good movie is that it allows you to enjoy it with it being what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that animation, it is what it is. Like that's one of the reasons why I like Toy Story, right? Besides the writing and the characters and all this and all that. Like, so to me, like a movie is like, it's kind of cemented. I like going and seeing it in its original form in black and white or
like
in,
Jeremiah with his old movie self. You know what I mean? Like, well, like me, like I just said, 12 Angry Men is dope.
mm-hmm.
If they remade 12 Angry Men but made it better or whatever, I'd still like the old movie. I never seen that when I was a kid, but I go back and I like it.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying, because even when we were kids, we watched The Jungle Book, Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
These were movies made in the 60s.
right,
Pocahontas, or not Pocahontas, Pinocchio was made in the 30s.
right.
But if they made them in 3D, like if they made Pinocchio in 3D, same exact movie, same exact shots, but they made it 3D, I, as a kid, would point towards the 3D one and be like, I want to watch that one.
But they are doing that. I mean, Disney is doing that right now. They're just making them live action.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I brought it up, because
Oh, okay.
I was thinking, I was like, I feel like this is coming.
Ugh, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't
think
read.
I
about
I mean, I'm
it.
not
I think
saying I
it'd be
wouldn't
stupid if
watch
they
it.
did.
So if they did that with Toy Story, yes, I'd probably go watch it. But just because, like you said, nostalgia, I like Toy Story. So if they showed it again, whatever, and they revamped it
Yeah.
with graphics or whatever, I'd probably go see it.
I mean, but they do like re-releases to try to get like a different like group of people interested. Like they do that all the time, and like Levis Commons, they like their theater.
Yeah.
They have like re-releases, and they just play like random anime movies or whatever, kids movies or whatever. So parents can take their kids. So like,
I just feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like, who was that?
Trey,
Is that Dre?
did you fart?
Oh yeah, I did. I might pick that up. My bad.
Dre says nothing to the conversation, just farts. Well, I don't know. I just thought it'd be an interesting talking point because I feel like it's coming. I just seeing,
I could see that happening.
and especially Disney, if they see that they can make $1, they're gonna.
Well, I mean, it's been happening. Like I said, I think it's been happening. They're just remaking movies.
Yeah, I mean with the live actions, that's exactly what
There's a
they're doing.
new West Side Story that's coming out, I think later this year. Right?
Yeah.
It's the same movie probably. They might change a little bit,
there
but
is.
it's the same movie from when the first one came out, which was I don't know when, but it's super old.
White people still play Puerto Ricans in the new one, so nothing much changed.
Well,
I'd go watch that.
Well, it is something, I guess, that's always happened too. I mean, you think about it, how many how many Batmans were there? You know, it's just over time. It's always redone for a new generation.
Yeah.
I seen the other day there's a new Chucky series coming out.
Ugh.
I'm good on that. I don't know. I'm just ready for more new
Yeah, I completely agree.
franchises.
I mean, but you get that
Completely.
too.
Well, I don't know. What's the last big new franchise? Lord of the Rings, probably. But that's not even a new franchise.
No, I mean that was
It's
a
based
book.
off of books from the 30s. What's the last
Like
are
are
totally
you talking
original?
about like original idea from a movie?
Totally original.
Oh, good luck finding.
That's not based on a book.
It's not based on. I mean,
On
Game
another
of
work of
Thrones?
art.
That's what.
I mean, Game of Thrones, maybe.
That's
that,
based on a book.
But I'm saying I guess it's a new franchise. I mean, most.
Oh yeah. And the books are fairly recent too.
I mean, they're still coming out.
Right. So, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. I guess that. Yeah. Harry Potter.
But that's like 2000. Well, when did that come out? 90s. 2000s. When did-
90s, 2000s.
And the
No,
books
it-
finally finished in the
Early
2000s.
2000s, I believe.
So yeah, I mean, we're sitting here kind of like scrambling to pick a few. I mean, I feel like there should be way more.
Avatar was like promised to be a franchise, and that
I think it's still
been
gonna
like
be.
20 years
Yeah.
later. I mean, that game kind of looks dope. That Avatar game.
I didn't see the trailer for it, but I heard it's...
If they let them come out with that gameplay trailer, and I'll see. But it looked cool when they released.
Well, I mean, they're still coming out with movies to this day, but Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious.
Fast and Furious, Born
Fast and
Identity.
Furious.
Okay, I guess there are some. I guess I'm just waiting for that next science fiction
What
one.
are they considered great?
Like great works of art? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like I would consider Marvel.
but most blockbusters aren't really going to be considered high art. I mean, even Marvel. Marvel has a couple like standout movies, but for the most part, they're blockbusters.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with, but that's,
I mean, Lord of the Rings was blockbusters, but that's still a good work of art. Like they're not mutually exclusive.
yeah. But
I agree, though. Not all of Marvel's movies were.
no. But most of the DC in the DC movies.
Ooh, yeah.
DC.
Good segue.
Segue right into this week's movie, which is Suicide Squad. Unless you guys have any other topics that you want to bring up before we go into the main dish.
No, I'm good.
I think I'm good. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, first, here is a clip from Suicide Squad.
You lose. No one likes to show off. Unless what they're showing off is dope as fuck.
Suicide Squad is a 2021 American superhero film based on the popular DC Comics team Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, starring Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, John Cena, Sylvester Stallone, Viola Davis, Jai Courtney, and Joel Kinnaman, with a runtime of 132 minutes and a budget of $185 million, currently sitting at $118 million. Suicide Squad. What are your guys' initial thoughts on the latest DC movie?
Better than the first. That's
See,
my first initial
well,
thought.
okay, so
better than the first.
think
I
a
liked it way
problem-
better than the
I
first.
think a problem is, and not saying because I immediately thought that too after I watched it, is that why are we always subject to compare it to something?
Because DC has done this to themselves.
So you know what I mean? Like why? Okay, what if you went into the movie trying not to compare it to the first, but we automatically went into comparing it? Like we went into the movie watching. Well, we'll see if it's better than the first one. Like, do you think it's possible not to do that?
Oh, you're saying just in general, not DC?
No,
No, because you just would have
like do you?
compared it to a different movie.
Yeah, do you think it's possible that
You
to
would compare
watch
it to a
Suicide
Marvel
Squad, this one, and not compare it to the first one?
Not if I watched it, no.
No,
If I watched the first one, no. Because I'm always going to think,
especially with there being a little bit of crossover.
right, yeah.
Well, and the fact that they didn't really market it as a sequel or as a reboot. They just like, here's the Suicide Squad, and it's some people I've seen online been like, oh yeah, the sequel to Suicide Squad or the reboot of Suicide Squad.
Right.
I call it reboot. When I watched it, I'm like, this feels like a reboot, and not in a bad way.
I think it was a mixture of both.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just felt like DC put themselves in this position.
Yeah, so I lean more towards sequel just because there was carryover.
But I almost felt like they were trying to. I mean, it was a reboot sequel, but I almost felt like they were trying to pull this one out and say, you know what, forget about that first movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, don't even think about it. It's erased in a way.
Well, and I think they self-referentially did that by, I guess it's a little bit of, I'm not going to spoil it too much. I guess there's a scene where certain characters from the first one are taken care of.
Go ahead and say it. This is
No,
They get jerked
don't
off.
say it.
podcast.
I mean,
Go
no,
ahead.
there's a.
Yeah,
I know what you're
Andy
saying.
J's?
In the very beginning, they have the Suicide
If
Squad.
you ain't watch it, why you listening to us?
Yeah,
In the very beginning, they have the Suicide Squad, and within 15 minutes, it's like, psych, this is the Suicide Squad.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they were like saying like, we're killing off the first movie.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
forget they
Yeah.
want like, hey everyone, the first one didn't happen, but you guys remember it, right? They want you to remember this because the Suicide Squad, the first one, did well in the box office.
Right.
Yeah.
So they want you to remember the name Suicide Squad because it got people into the box office, right? But they want you to forget that movie sucked. So like, just remember that it was a big movie. Now come see the new one.
I think they were. I think they were kind of in on it though. Like they were, at least the way the director played it. Like he was in a way making fun of himself and of DC, but also telling the story. I think in a better way too.
Well, it wasn't the same director as the first one, though.
I know. But I think that was definitely part of it.
Like James Gunn was aware of the first one's
failure
shortcomings.
of the first one and the shortcomings. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said he was making fun of himself.
I meant like DC,
Oh,
like
okay,
like
okay,
you know what
gotcha.
I'm saying, like
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I mean, the carryover of the characters that they did carry over was
Were the
pretty
good ones.
evident. Yeah,
and they were the good ones, to be honest, the ones that people liked. So you don't.
And
the
Which
big,
one? Which
the
one?
big characters
Rick
were
Flag
carried
sucked
over.
in the first one.
Yeah,
He was horrible.
But he was
but he
a
was
big character.
he was cool in this one though.
Oh, he was way better.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I just,
it was almost like he was a different person.
Yep.
Like they said, forget about that Rick Flag.
Yep.
This is the real Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember his character in the first one. I really don't remember much
I
from the
watched
first
it
one,
once.
other than the Joker sucked. Yeah,
Oof. Yeah, I remember that.
remember the Joker was a letdown.
I liked Harley in this one a lot more too. I thought Harley was annoying in the first one. This one they used her just enough.
I didn't care for Harley.
I think she's an annoying character, but compared to the first one, I was like, get this bitch off the screen.
I'll say this. What's her name? Margot Robbie. She plays her perfect. I
Yeah.
can't think of any.
Yeah.
Now that she's played her
Three times?
3 times.
Yeah, because she had her solo movie.
Yeah, I can't think of any other actress that could play her now.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
I
from
would
the
have
Bronx.
want some other
Bronx
actress
was
to
great.
fill in her spot.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. She's kind of cemented in
So annoying or whatever, Margot Robbie's.
yeah.
freaking
And Harley Quinn is fucking annoying. Like that's her character. I
Yeah.
never liked her in anything. She was annoying,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
but
So-
yeah.
But are we gonna? Did you like it?
Did I like it?
Yeah. What did you think about it?
I mean, I'm back and forth on it. I did like a lot of it, but I'm like you guys were saying with comparing it to the first one. Am I liking it because I like it so much better than the first one, or standalone like as its own movie? Do I like it? And I'm still kind of fighting with that. I don't really know. I think I liked it. It was good. I mean, it wasn't anything that I'm gonna probably revisit anytime soon, but there wasn't anything that really stood out as bad. Like, oh, this is just like cringe, roll my eyes, like I can't
Right.
believe they're like trying to push this, There was characters that I really liked in it. I liked Bloodsport, played by Idris Elba. I liked Peacemaker by John Cena. I liked can't remember her name. The rat
Ratcatcher 2?
catcher too. She was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I liked her backstory.
Oh, but fuck those rats.
Oh yeah, them
That
fucking rats.
was not cool.
So the,
Freaking Ben 2.0.
I can't
Freaking
say I like
scares me.
any characters in the first one. There's not one character I remember being memorable. If I would have
No.
liked anyone, it'd be Will Smith, and it was probably because it's Will Smith. Other than that,
Man, his character sucked. Like he did not.
I liked
He didn't should not show up for that movie. He was the best thing about that movie, but
He was.
it wasn't great.
it's one of those. Oh, I like it because it's Will Smith.
Yeah.
Like you said. Oh, I like it because it's The Rock.
Dude, Idris Elba though killed that shit.
Well, and that's another
I really
scenario,
liked his character.
Not to, talk over you or whatever, but I talked to Levi on the phone, and we talked about the movie. I said, well, Idris Elba was good. But then again, I think I heard something, and I was like, well, this is true. Like, literally, Idris Elba can be in the shittiest movie,
He's one of those actors.
but he's going to be good in it.
It's like Denzel or Morgan
Yeah,
Freeman.
so I can't remember.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, I can't remember a shitty performance by Idris Elba in any movie. Even though the movie might have been bad, like, he
No,
was always good.
Yeah, he's just one of those charismatic actors or
Yeah.
actresses where it's
He just brings it.
Yeah.
And he can act the fuck out of his character. I mean, even if it sucks around him,
Right.
he can do it. Yeah, I agree.
And I thought his character, even Idris bringing what he brought to the table, I thought the character separate from him was interesting. A little bit more interesting with the story of, him trying to. He really didn't give a fuck about his daughter, but
That part was
he did give a
hilarious.
fuck about her life in the end. He knew that the I can't remember her name
Yeah.
in the movie. Viola Davis, that's the
Amanda-
actress.
Amanda, yeah, Waller.
Waller, he knew she was dead ass serious.
Yeah.
So he was like, he was basically given the ultimatum of you join the squad or your daughter comes to prison and I make sure she dies in prison. So he was like, all right, like I don't have any other choice but to join the squad. And she saw potential in him as, a leader or whatever. And he just inevitably, if you have those traits, it's just going to shine through. So that's kind of what happened with his character. And I like that. I liked his whole little arc.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I liked. I mean, I liked Idris Elba, the actor, but okay, so like if it was another actor, like good actor playing Bloodsport, I don't know if I would have liked it as much. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I liked Idris Elba, the actor, better than his character because the Dead Sport character, I don't know, I didn't really.
Well, I mean, that's good casting.
Yeah, he didn't stand out to me. The character didn't stand out.
Well,
There's that
don't
B
they
team though,
coincide?
which I kind of like. None of the characters stood out. I mean, like in general.
I think.
I mean, besides the acting aspect, like they were whack supervillains, right? I mean,
But isn't that
that
the
B
point?
team exactly. I like that B team type shit. Like, yeah, the character was whack, but
Like, these are the whack characters, but the actors are going to be A-tier actors.
I thought John Cena did a pretty good job too.
Oh, I thought he was the best thing in the movie.
Yeah, he was funny and he did some dope shit.
If
What?
you gotta go.
You got a pool? Now we're
Oh,
not
no,
concentrating.
we're good. Chilling.
No, I'm talking about Izzy. Izzy's got
I'm
a.
not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing.
Izzy's making faces like he's holding
crowning.
something
He's
in.
crowning.
They're lying on me. No, okay. So what I thought about the movie, changing the subject. It was good. I liked it.
Of course.
What was that? What'd you say?
Dre said, of course.
Why'd you say that? Okay, I got your
Changing the
okay.
subject.
Oh.
Trying
Sylvester's
to
got,
start some shit.
Dre's like, damn, like trying to call me out. for it."
Sylvester's got your tongue, I see. Okay. I liked it. It was better than I expected, definitely. I mean, it took me a while to watch it because I wasn't really interested in it. I mean, I knew I was going to watch it. I wanted to, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, let me watch it right now.
Yeah, I was the same way.
I think I waited a week after it came out to watch it.
Mhm.
Sorry, my freaking throat's kind of sore. I liked it. Idris Elba was good. All the actors I thought were really good. The characters were good. There wasn't really nobody I hated. I don't think. I liked everybody in it. The King Shark, I didn't really fucking care for him. I thought he was gonna be more of a comedic role, and he wasn't.
Shark.
Oh yeah, he kind of was, but it was like dumb humor.
I felt like they were trying to make you more sad for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than him funny. I have no friends. This and that, and I was just like, I don't know. I just didn't care.
That dude's invincible though. Freaking fell off a top of a tower
upside down,
and then just got shot the fuck up.
John Cena to me was a standout by far. I thought he was hilarious. Great casting. He was kind of like an asshole Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Basically. His thing was he would do anything for peace. I think one part he was just like, if there was a whole bunch of dicks on this island, they told me I had to eat every one of them for peace, I'd do it. So,
yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah. He was like, any man, child, woman, if I have to kill him for peace, I'm doing it. So it was just like, I don't know, that part was funny.
His character reminded me of like a funny version of what's that dude's name? Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I know who you're talking about. The fake Captain America.
Cap 2.
John Walker.
Yeah.
Was that his name?
Sure.
Yeah.
The white guy.
He reminded me of like a funny version of him. Yes. Yes. He reminded me of like a funny version of him.
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean,
big ass chin.
That's what he was, basically.
Ratcatcher number 2. She was my other favorite character. I liked her a lot.
I liked her, but fuck that. Fuck those rats.
I liked her backstory. It was kind of sad. They had like a little sentimental moment between her and Idris Elba, and I was like,
yeah.
I looked at my cousin I was watching it with. I was like, damn. I'm like, okay, they're trying to get us to freaking cry a little bit or what? But it was a good moment. And you know, Marvel was notorious for like they're trying to get into like a sentimental moment or whatever, like a sad moment, but then they freaking flip it with humor real quick.
Yeah.
So I was kind of expecting that, but then they didn't, and I like that. I like what they did with that.
I agree.
Her and Idris Elba's characters had like a connection, and I liked that too.
Yeah,
I
just
thought
let
that
it
was
play
pretty
out
dope.
organically. Yeah.
Like he kind of saw her as his daughter a little bit.
Marvel would have had the King Shark like shit himself or something.
Yeah.
Something dumb. They do.
You
made a good
fuck.
point. They do.
I hate when Marvel does that. I hate that.
I do too. It's one of their tropes.
I like it.
It's just like it's almost
I don't
like,
like it either.
it's like they're like trying to like it's like they're forcing you to laugh.
Right.
Like, do it.
It's like, oh, sorry, emotions.
Yeah, right before you cry, here's a funny scene.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I hate that, especially when they do like epic scenes. Like it's like a big epic moment.
And they crash it down with some
And then
dumb
it's
humor.
like, I don't know. Yeah, some humor will.
No, I totally agree.
So yeah, that was one of my favorite parts because they finished it. What else can I say? Harley Quinn was whatever. I mean, I liked her. I didn't like her. When did she become super
Real definitive there.
OP, man? Like,
Dude,
a guns expert, martial arts expert. I'm like, hold up. When did she get superpowers? Because she literally took out a whole army by herself.
Yeah, she was a little OP. It's
Like,
because
goddamn, freaking
that was
bullets.
that was some fan pleasing
They
though.
get hit once.
Yeah, I mean
That was fan pleasing.
He's over there hurricane folks and.
But I don't know what. I mean, did Birds of Prey do well? What fans?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
There's like every fucking 13-year-old girl loves Harley Quinn.
I've never seen it.
And 20-year-old that smokes like cigarettes. I love Harley Quinn. I just want to love like Joker and Harley Quinn. I fucking love her.
Yeah.
She just speaks her mind. She's a bad bitch.
I mean, she had some cool parts. When she killed that one guy, I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, she was OP though. You're right.
Prospect husband.
Yeah, but yeah, she was.
Oh yeah, the
definitely
president.
OP.
That was funny. I thought
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
The villain I thought was horrible. I'm a villain guy, so if you're gonna really capture me, you got to have a good villain, and they did not have a good villain in this movie. I can see, like Levi had said something about it, and he explained it pretty well. Like it wasn't about the villain; it was about them connecting and becoming a team.
Right.
But, dude, give me a good villain.
But well, that's the thing I was saying too. It's like I would like a good villain too, but how much are we going to fit into this 2-hour movie? It's already a 2-hour movie. I felt like the villain wasn't the villain.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, it was them trying to come together to form a team, and whether or not they could do that on this spec op mission kind of thing. But also the villain was kind of, John Cena.
Ooh, see, are we gonna get to that conversation?
And
right now?
that's where the real biggest conflict was, and they built him up over the course of the movie as here's his character wanting to do what is theoretically right in his eyes, and so he ended up doing like what some would consider a villainous act, and then so that's where him and Idris had the conflict at the end. So I considered him more the main villain than the big starfish. The starfish was more or less just kind of the MacGyver or the MacGuffin. Like, this is the thing that we're chasing. This is the thing that's making the plot move along. And yeah, we'll take it out at the end as the big bad.
Right.
But really, the big conflict the big moment to me was between Idris Elba and John Cena.
Well, maybe not John Cena, but the American government as a whole.
Well, yeah, I mean the idea was
two enemies.
Yeah.
The government was covering up.
No, that
this
makes
thing.
sense. Yeah,
I didn't see John Cena as the villain.
because the Suicide Squad had to come together and fight kind of become the heroes, right? But in a way, they did it twice. I mean, they saved that town, but they also uncovered some secrets and
Right.
But then cover the secrets right back up.
yeah, well,
Yeah, I didn't see John Cena as the villain, though. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, I think, that we can get into after we give our takes.
What? I mean, what's the conversation?
Just, I mean, he had to do what he was doing what he had to do. I don't know if it was, I mean,
He was killing people
But
for the government.
Isn't that
well, so were they.
isn't that every villain though? Like, you look at Thanos. Like, Thanos was doing what he thought he had to do to save the universe.
But Thanos wasn't
Right.
taking orders from somebody. John Cena was given orders, and he was going to fulfill those orders no matter what.
for greater peace, though, or what he thought was greater peace.
It's
Yeah, and
like
if,
my man Magneto said, right? I've been at the mercy of men just taking orders before. He ain't cut them no slack.
right. And John Cena was. I mean, so you're basically saying, so if somebody was following Thanos' orders, are they? They're just following orders.
True. I mean, yeah.
So they're not a villain.
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
So yeah, so the Nazis weren't villains.
They were just following orders.
I mean,
Damn.
not to their eyes, because they were filling out, orders. So in their eyes, no, they weren't the villains. In John Cena's eyes, he wasn't the villain. He was doing what he had to do.
Right, and that's what we're saying is all villains think they're doing what they have to do.
Not all of them.
Yes.
No.
What villain is doing something for a purpose?
For their personal wealth, Loki, he just wanted to control the world. He wanted to control something. He didn't feel like it was something he had to do. He just wanted power.
They got into that.
Okay.
If you watched Loki, it was because he had insecurities that he's been dealing
Oh
with. Come on.
Stop.
And he felt he had to
He
do
felt
it.
like Earth needed to be controlled.
Yes.
So he wanted to control it. He just wanted the power.
Well,
I'm
John's
just saying, if I was in John Cena's position, I would have to think about, I probably would have done the same shit.
If I was in John Cena's position, well, his position was carry out the mission or your head gets blown off.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess in that respect too, but if somebody just, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would carry out the mission too. I'm either going to die or kill. If it means get killed or kill, is that?
Okay, so have you ever seen, I might be going into left field with this. Have you ever seen Watchmen, the movie?
No.
Yeah.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what's his name? Ozymandias or something like that? Who was the villain's name in that movie?
Oh, shit. I don't remember.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not saying it's almost the exact thing, but he was on a mission to do something, Even though it was going to hurt people, he was doing it for the greater good, right?
Right. Yeah.
I felt like this is the same thing for John Cena. So if Rick Flag would have put out that information, okay, guess what, everybody? The American government's fucked up. They're doing this and doing this. Like, let's turn against the government. Okay, in John Cena's eyes, it's like, dude, we can't let that get out because it's going to show what the government's doing, and we can't let that happen. You know, yeah, they suck. They're doing this, but we have to cover this up.
Right. Yeah.
So it's almost like he's covering it up for the greater good because maybe he believed that there was going to be mad chaos if that shit got leaked.
Yeah.
But it's
I get
also
that.
kind of saying, like, we know better than you. Like, we, the government, know better than you. So let us control this whole situation instead of revealing the truth.
Right.
So it's getting into that. Is that right or wrong? The movie itself really didn't bring up those questions too deeply, but you could draw that out if you really wanted to, which he tries to do.
Now I would have did the same thing. So maybe that's why I personally don't see him as a villain. But I would have did the same thing John Cena did. Like, I would have tried to convince Red Flag, like, we can't do this, whatever. Like, we have to just carry out the mission, man. Don't worry about this. And if he would have...
But because they
I would have killed
didn't,
his ass, too.
but because they didn't, they carried out the mission as they ended up killing Starfish and liberating Cuba, so...
I mean, it probably would have happened...
Not Cuba. Fidel Castro died.
Where was it?
Some made up place.
Well,
Something...
it was the same thing.
No.
It was... And that was the other thing I didn't like about the movie. I'm tired of the stereotypical Cuban dictator bad guy.
Right, yeah, I didn't like
They
that.
said that South American thing. It's not Cuba. It's like South American.
Well,
Whatever.
they,
They're not all the same, Levi.
I'm not saying they're the same. I'm
No, I
saying
know what you mean. They came
the
from
way
the
it's
same era,
portrayed,
you know?
too.
Dude, you want to calm down on those gummies or what?
No, it's shit good as fuck.
So I guess I'm naturally more of a defiant person. I'm probably have the hardest time taking orders here. So I definitely wouldn't have followed through on that.
I'm all about... Yeah, I need
I almost fought somebody over a fucking sombrero for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
did.
not doing that.
I'm all about fill out the mission. Like, these are our orders. We got to do this.
I would have ran away in Act 1 of the movie. I would have been the guy with the long hair who got his head blown off in the water. for trying to abort the mission. But yeah, so there were some interesting concepts and dynamics in the movie.
I thought that was good though, because like they got us talking, but I thought that was a really good concept. Okay, John Cena's this, Rick Flag's this. Now there's a tension between them that these guys, and I thought that was the real final fight. I mean, between them two, and then between John Cena and Idris Elba's character.
Yeah,
well, them fighting the starfish or whatever. I felt like you said that was the real conflict of the movie.
And then the starfish fight was cool. I mean, there was some cool visual cinematography and fights and stuff like that.
Did not like them. I don't know, dude. I'm real like squirmish, I guess. Them freaking little starfish attaching on people's faces.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Those were pretty gross. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like when Harley Quinn went into the eye.
Oh, that was gross.
I thought the grossest part was when they showed the aftermath. They were in the lab and they showed like that body that was like half eaten off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like what your face looks like after one of the baby starfish attaches to your face.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That's what freaked you out?
I mean, it didn't freak me out, but I thought
Not
that was
the
the
billions
most
of rats that she fucking called to go inside of a starfish's eye,
Yeah.
That's just CGI,
swim around,
baby.
and bite through his not optic nerves to kill him.
That was just
That's
like
what
watching
didn't get you?
Ratatouille, dude. It was CGI.
Yeah, look
baby.
at them. Look at them rats cooking.
Yeah, Ben 2.0.
Rats that really got me was when they're talking about her and her dad, and they used those rats as like a blanket. I
Oh,
almost threw up.
dude, that was bad.
That was pretty gross.
The scene where the dad had his needle in his arm, I don't like needles. So that actually might have been the biggest, like, squeamish part for me. I was like, ooh, he's got a needle in his arm.
What did he say about rats? The dad? Why rats, Dad? And he was like, cause something.
Because they suck the most?
No.
Because they're the lowest form of life.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you said because they're the lowest form of life, and if they have purpose, then so too can we.
Yeah. That
Powerful moment.
touched my heart.
What did you guys think about
Yeah,
the title
heartwarming.
cards?
The chapter?
The chapter cards.
ending?
I
Yeah.
loved them.
I loved them.
Yeah.
I loved them. I love when movies do that
I like that. I'm a big fan.
because it makes you think of the next what's to follow. It makes you like, okay, now what does the title mean?
Yeah.
And also, what does this encompass?
Like they
I like
changed it
that.
up when they said Operation,
Mhm.
whatever that word was that they were going to. They're like, oh no, we got to go save Harley Quinn. And they scratched, like they blew the fire off as
Oh, yeah,
Operation
that
Save
one was a
Harley.
good one.
I like that one.
The special effects in that movie and the cinematography, I thought were dope. I thought he did a cool job. Like the shots were super cool. There was a couple really cool ones. Like there was like one in the when they were like the camera was like looking through a mirror. Or no, they were fighting.
When they were fighting and it was the reflection on the helmet.
reflection of the helmet.
That part was dope, dude.
That
was
a
cool.
great shot.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That's a great shot.
And they did it good because I was sitting there at first like, man, I really hope they don't show the whole fight on this reflection. And they didn't.
Yeah.
They showed like a good portion of it and then they went into, a normal fighting
Right.
sequence. I just didn't want them to do the whole sequence on there because it was a little, you really weren't going to be able to see too much from it, but it was a cool shot. I don't know. I thought...
Yeah, so Jeremiah, what'd you think about the movie Sorry Levi?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I liked it. Like I said, I liked the special effects. I liked the cinematography. I liked the story they were telling. To me, it was a lot more interesting than the first one. Because I like anti-heroes. I mean...
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and so I was kind of excited for Suicide Squad when the first one came out, and it just fell in my head.
Right.
But no, yeah, I would, and to me, like I consider like a reboot, like kind of a reboot sequel-ish.
Yeah.
And they did it tastefully, and they did it
Yeah.
a lot better. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Are we ready to...
it's so good at
Well, what Dre think about it? He had Dre's point. Dre, come in.
Oh, all right. So
Are you there?
I went into this Rangers.
Rangers.
Oh, so I think I was telling you this, Izzy, before it even came out, that I went into this movie with very, very low expectations. I told Izzy, I was like, when this movie's bad, I'm going to shit on
Yeah.
DC as a company. I'm just going to take complete shit on the podcast. But watched it, was pleasantly surprised. I was pleased with the movie. Way better than the first one. I think I agree. The story was better. The characters, the writing was better. Is there still more that I would want? Yes. Could it have been better? Yes. But I think it is a massive step up from the last Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Massive improvement.
Right. Yeah, so continue with mine. I mean, it wasn't the greatest movie. It definitely had its faults. The whole subplot, what the hell was going on with that? Wasn't there like a vigilante army, whatever?
Oh,
Who was that girl?
Oh,
the Freedom Fighters.
I thought that was the dumb. Like,
They-
why?
Oh,
Like, why put
yeah.
that in the movie? That was
Yeah.
useless. Like,
super forgettable.
yeah, I didn't like that at all. Like at the end when they attacked the room with all the people in it, I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Like I forgot they even were in the movie.
For real,
Like, what
they
the-
came in there and started shooting. I was like, oh shit. I guess
Yeah.
they did come this far with them too, huh?
But they also had one of the funniest
also,
parts.
It was funny when. Side note: it was funny when your boy Milton died.
Dude, I was just
That
gonna,
was pretty
Been with us the
funny.
whole time.
I was just gonna say it was the funniest thing because I was watching with my cousin, and right as they walk into that office or whatever, I looked at her. I was like, "Who the hell is that dude?" Right? I was like, "Who's that?" And he died because I remember seeing him in the club too. I was like, "Who is this dude?" And then he died, and they had that same dude. It was hilarious. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Yeah.
They played
I
off
was
that. I was like,
still
"That was
with
it."
them.
I was like, "Who the?" Yeah. I thought that was
Thought he
pretty
watched
funny.
the boat or something. I don't know.
Friggin' Harley. Who's Milton? Dude.
Oh, you mean Milton?
One
But,
of my favorite parts was probably when Idris Elba and John Cena were having that like kill off,
Dude, yeah.
and they were killing the freedom fighters.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, no, we didn't see anybody on the way here."
Yeah, talk about a plot. I was shocked. I was like, oh shit.
Nobody.
She was like, why did nobody stop you? Like,
That was pretty funny.
What kind of laugh was that? Are you Kawhi Leonard? Just look at
Oh my god.
Kawhi Leonard laugh. Oh shit.
Oh my god. But
The beginning, the beginning was good. The whole Suicide Squad. This is the real Suicide Squad. Actually, there's a Team B. That's your
Yeah.
Suicide Squad. I thought that was part. I can't talk. I thought that part was pretty funny, pretty good.
but I'm right now I'm looking at my Letterboxd score for the movie, what I gave it, and after this discussion,
We're doing ratings.
well, I'm just saying, I was just peeking. And I was like, okay, after this, I was a little troubled on where I really felt about it. I think where I landed initially is the same place I'm at now.
Okay.
If you guys are ready, unless
Let's
you
give
guys
out
want
the
to.
ratings.
I'll definitely say, like everyone else, liked it better than the original. Thought there was a lot of funny parts. Thought the visuals were awesome, and I was not attached, but I did like a lot of the characters, way more than I did in the first. But on the other side of it, I thought there were a couple parts that were a little, I don't know, boring, but it was just, I wasn't that attached to any of the characters to where I was invested in the movie. And it's really hard to bring a team together in one movie and be invested in the characters because you have so short a time to develop them. So, like I said, I was interested in Idris Elba's character, but every other character was kind of like, oh, they're cool, they're here, but I wasn't really invested past, they had funny gags or whatever.
I have a question for that. So, you're saying that not to know whatever, but so in the first one, I think they tried to do that with Harley Quinn and Will Smith's character.
Okay.
So in that,
Yeah.
we cared about them more than
Yep.
everybody else.
Yep.
So I think that's why they maybe did this, because that obviously didn't work. So we're like, okay, when we reboot this, we're not going to do that for just one or two characters. We're going to just try to give.
They did, but they did a good job of that too, because that also made it interesting because you knew they weren't afraid to kill any characters off. They showed that right from the get-go. We could kill anyone. So, but me personally, I just like a story where there's more of an investment in the characters. This was just it could be just a one-shot movie. I don't know if they're going to make more. But I don't know. There's just, I don't know. Something I really am having trouble labeling that I just like, it was okay. Like, I'm not sitting here like hating it at all. I really liked it, but at the same time, I'm like, I have zero ambition to ever watch it again. Like, it was just, it was good.
Yeah.
So with saying that, I'm giving it a hard 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I think it was good. Real hard. I thought it was good, but Yeah, it was nothing that I feel attached to or like, oh, that's going to be one of my top,
Right.
superhero movies or whatever. You want to, speaking of James Gunn, I mean, his other big team up movie, The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I thought this was a lesser Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, it was a more violent one. I mean, obviously, it's way different stories and all that. But the same concept, bringing a ragtag team of people together. I thought Guardians did a way better job of developing the characters throughout that movie. But it had a worse villain. I mean, the villain was whatever. And also, they had the advantage of Marvel having, things set up. But just inevitably comparing the two, I just thought this was a 3 out of 5.
That was a good take. I don't know if I'm that harsh on it. Like Dre, I was going in low expectations. I liked it more than I thought I would. I could see what you mean about the characters, but like I said, I think they tried that with the first one, with Will Smith's character and Harley Quinn, so they wanted to lay off that. So I don't know if I liked that portion. I mean, I wish I'd have been more invested in Idris Elba's character or maybe Rick Flag. He was kind of, I thought he was going to be one of the main characters, and he really wasn't. I was shocked when he died, though. I mean, I kind of felt that, everybody's off limits, but I was still shocked when he died. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. So out of all the movies we've done so far, I've liked it the best. But
Okay.
it still had its faults. Like I said, for me, the villain was whack. It was a little long. For me, like I said, some of the skirmish stuff I didn't like. But overall, I liked it. I could watch it again. If it's on TV in the future, I'm not doing nothing, I could definitely watch it. I don't know if they'll do a sequel or not. I thought Margot Robbie said she was done for Harley Quinn for a while. I don't know, man. 3.5. I liked it, and I could watch it again. One of the best movies of the year I've watched so far. So, yeah, there you go. Thumbs up to James Gunn for bringing it back to life. And it was funny. I left out a lot of moments.
Go ahead, Dre.
I would probably have to give this one. I liked it a lot better than the first one. I'll probably have to go somewhere about 3.2. I probably liked it just a little bit better than Levi, but I think Levi's take on this right. For the most part, it's not something that I would seek out again, but if it's on, I'll watch it. Good, but just wanting more. I think I'll go 3.2.
I would like to see. I don't know. I mean, I guess a sequel. I would like to see them go up against a hero. Like, I've always been interested in like them versus Superman, because Idris Elba's character was in prison for what, shooting
Shooting him
Superman
with a kryptonite bullet. Yeah.
So they've had conflict before. I would like to see that. Maybe I mean, not necessarily canon, but maybe have their own type of movie where Superman went rogue or something, or somebody went rogue, maybe Batman, whoever, and then they had to take them out. I would like that.
I'd be interested in seeing that, as long as James Gunn is returning as director.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty dope.
Yes.
All right, Jerry, your last one.
Alright.
Go ahead, give it your one. Second play.
I'm gonna give it a solid 3.
Ooh.
Wow.
It was good, but I definitely find myself comparing it because, like, to the first one, so I can't. It's hard to like see it as its own movie.
Right.
It's definitely better, and I definitely liked it way more. But I mean, the same. I don't think I'd watch it again. I mean, I went over to my brother's house and they were watching it, so I ended up watching from when right after Harley shot the president and got like taken. I watched like right there when they burn those parrots or whatever.
Okay,
the
so you
general
maybe
did.
missed the first 30 minutes or so.
Right.
35 minutes.
And then I ended up watching it with them and finishing it, and then just today I finally finished it. Like, I liked the ending, but I didn't want to, like, say I liked the movie because I didn't watch it all.
Right.
But I found myself, it was hard to get back to it and finish it.
Did you watch the beginning? You watched the
I
beginning.
watched the
today.
beginning and I stopped.
You stopped at the
And
same
I
part
stopped,
you left
yeah.
off. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time. But
Would you have watched if you had enough time? Would you have watched
Yeah.
it all the way through?
yeah, I would have.
Okay.
I would have. But I would definitely was like, the whole time I was like, I don't want to watch this. Like, it was good, and I think it was good, but I'm like, I had no... And I don't have anyone to really watch it again. But way better than the first one. I like the cinematography. I like the special effects. Yeah, I thought it was better, so... Definitely a 3.
Okay. Pretty unanimously praised then.
For me,
Threes, all threes.
it's one of those movies, like, if we're having to get together somewhere, we need something on in the background to watch. Maybe not,
Yeah.
like, totally paying attention, but maybe, like, playing cards or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah,
I would throw that on.
yeah.
That'd be something I could throw on. That type of movie.
I think so too. And I think it could be one of those movies that over time, if, in a couple years I revisit it, I would still enjoy it the same.
Yeah. Because it was a good movie. Like, genuinely, I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't... Not just compared to the first one. I mean, he made it his own, and James
Right.
Gunn did a good job with it, so...
Just looking ahead, I think next week we may do a review on The Malice at the Palace. But just looking ahead at what's releasing next week, Reminiscence with Hugh Jackman,
God.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol the movie,
Fuck yeah. First one on that.
Candyman. Oh, no, it's in 2 weeks.
Oh, Daddy ain't watching that.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna miss out.
Reminiscence might be the movie, unless we want to just make it Malice in the Palace. But
We could always go into Netflix and HBO Max and
Yeah,
see what's
just-
Well,
on
isn't there a Netflix movie coming out? Or did come out?
a new Netflix movie.
Yeah. Was it not Beckett? Is it
Not
Beckett?
sure.
When is that Serena Williams movie coming out? Is that
Oh, I think
coming
it's-
soon?
I don't know. That looks good though.
I do want to see that.
With William Smith.
Yes,
Billy.
Big Bill.
Billy.
There was a
That
but-
is their father's
Back in-
movie.
a buddy of mine told me about this movie on Netflix called Vivo. It's like an animated cartoon movie. Saw the trailer. It's like I can't watch this. Almost cried during the trailer.
I thought somebody said something about that the other day.
But I
Said it was
heard
pretty good.
I heard it's really good.
Maybe Erica said something to me about it.
Yeah.
Beckett. What is this Beckett?
I have no idea.
All I know it's got Denzel's son in it,
Maybe maybe that might be worth reviewing. I
and
mean,
it's got Alicia Vikander in it from The Green Knight. Just saying.
maybe we check that out. I mean, that might be a good movie too. None of us really have any opinion of it going in.
I might be intrigued when she's on screen again.
I mean,
So-
I'd watch it. It's free.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think we'll come to a conclusion this week, but hopefully earlier in the week so we can make sure we watch the movie. But with that being said, any closing thoughts or anything you guys want to bring up before we close this bad boy down? Oh, yeah, we got to come up with a good slogan. What do you guys think?
I think keep it real for right now is
Check it out.
As always, keep it real. Master.
You guys don't like check it out?
no.
Deep.
No. Check it out.
Check it out. Just check it out.
You do not like that harmless. Crazy.
Check it out.
Check it out.
I mean, Dre's got football. First game next week, right?
Yep, first game against Sylvania Northview.
I'll be there.
What's
In Toledo. Well, not in Toledo. It's in Columbus.
What's the outlook on their team and your team? Would you guys be considered the favorites or what?
C. Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to say everything that I want to say about Sylvania Northview right now. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, we'll see
excited to be week 1.
We'll talk about it after.
on Sunday. Hopefully, you are joining the pod with a dub under your guys' belt.
Right.
With that being said, as always,
Check it out.
check it out and keep it real.